I am so rarely found a new gardening thing that not only excites and shocks me, but I've never found one that actually made me angry and viscerally aggressive. I have been in this PTSD unspiral for the last few hours. Wally agrees. And I don't really, I didn't have a problem with it. I was completely understanding of myself, and I gave myself grace. Yay, Robin! Until, I like my pillow too. Do you like my new pillow? I stole it from Amanda. I keep talking shit on my friend Amanda because I love her so much. But this is actually funny. Amanda's going to appreciate this one. I have had men arrive at my home lately and ask me what I am doing over here as if they're offended. And I wondered what I was doing. And I was so mutually offended and confused. And like, you're not the first guy. So what's going on? None of us could figure it out. I had one guy tie straps to my bed. Which, I mean, if you're into it, you're into it, whatever. And I am. But I just met him that day. And he wasn't my boyfriend. And I kept being like, and my boyfriend's coming home from work soon. And my boyfriend. So, here is the gardening advice I have for you. I have always peed in a bucket and saved it. I know this is gross stuff, guys, but if you're watching this channel, that's what you're watching. I've always peed in a bucket throughout the day, and my kids would do the same. That's how I potty trained them. They thought it was the most fun thing ever. Sorry, this light's... One of the lights is having issues. Anyway, we would just do that, fill the 5-gallon bucket up with water at the end of the day, because between two little teeny tiny people and me, and Olivia didn't always make it in the bucket, we're good. We got it. And I would fertilize the garden, especially the corn, with that because it's a high nitrogen fertilizer. It's actually really good for it. No, it doesn't come in corn kernels. Unless you're on medicines, then you do need to check. And I was given this advice on a podcast, and forgive me for not remembering the name. I will try to look it up. But it's great advice. He's real sarcastic. He's so much like me. And the information that I just figured out on my own. So I've also been using my shower water I'm trying to be I made up a new word today. Smack asshole. I've been smack asshole to my father lately because he's been irritating the fuck out of me. And so I've been doing the same back to him. And he said something about my water usage, even though the water bill was like $20. So I was really, really irritated, and I decided that I was going to start like saving all the freaking water, and I was going to do all kinds of gray watering. Do not use sex shower water that you peed in if you're a female. It's not his smell, it's mine. I've had all these men are coming over like angry, wanting to, and I had the bucket sitting, I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. I put the table on top of it because I was like, that is bad juju. I flipped it upside down so that you can't smell it anymore. I've even had a guy friend who's been coming over here for like 2 weeks now, and I rotate it every 3 days when I shower, so it's not like every time. And actually, this one's been sitting there for a minute because we kind of broke up last week. So this one's been sitting there for a week, and I finally can smell now because I'm getting over my strep. And I was just angry. And I was like barging through the house. I was like, there has been another woman in my house. And I was like freaking out. I just spit. If someone actually can explain biologically to me the pheromone situation in that, I would love. That would be so interesting. Or even if you just post some resources or something, because like Google's not going to give me like good evidence-based sites and stuff. And I love the fact that we're a bunch of stupid animals that are so predictable and all that stuff. But that's actually one of those things that, like, that's probably why the groundhog, the mama groundhog that had 9 pups in the den that the dude killed that one time he did that. Yeah, I those groundhogs, thank God I don't live over there anymore. But anyway, that's probably why she was always in my garden. Because, I mean, my husband and I get her every once in a while. I mean, whatever. But that bitch was probably coming up in there like, She would eat stuff that, like, she didn't even like. Because I could tell. She would, like, make a face, and I was like, bitch, I'm going to come get you. Ugh. And then I'd be like, she's got her pups in there. There's still, like, 3 of them left. And then I'd be calling the dude. I forget what his name was. But my subsequent boyfriend actually met him in jail, which was funny because he mentioned something about the house, and he's like, oh yeah, that blue one with the groundhogs. He was like, yeah, those groundhogs. And they started making up stories in jail. I thought it was really, really a cute way for him to integrate himself into the family of We Hate Groundhogs. But now that I'm done with that story, I literally need to go take a nap, and I'm going to go buy a bottle of red wine, and I'm going to think for a few minutes. Because I cannot explain why it would make me angry if I was the female of the pheromone. Even like sitting in here right now, it's not a bad smell. That's the thing, is like I'm like, it's like my normal like smell. And I'm just getting angry every time I like catch a whiff of it. I realize this is one of the weirdest videos I probably will ever do. But, you know, when we're talking garden stuff, like, this is about gardening. Because well, biology, absolutely. But, like, that in the garden, God only knows what that's attracting. That's probably, I got all kinds of snakes and turtles and stuff. I mean, it actually attracted a ton of wildlife that we had never seen before. And we were a breeding ground. Like, I remember finding eggs as I was digging one day. I was like, oh, I wonder what kind of eggs I just killed. And then one of my friends was like, those are snakes. I was like, ah! I just like, that was just a clue. Anyway, I'm so awkward about this because I don't like talking about that kind of personal stuff, especially about scents, because I am very smell sensitive. And I will tell you if something is smelly and bothers me, and sometimes it will not register with me, that someone may have caused that smell and be embarrassed by it, and I'll suddenly be like, I don't like that smell. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And that's when I realized I was probably on the autism spectrum. But I get to be super smart, and that's not fun either, because I think about lots of things way too often. But I don't want to think about this one anymore right now, because it's really, really embarrassing and bothering me that I've literally had men I don't know show up at my house, ask me what my freaking problem is. I'm sorry. 2 of them got arrested after leaving here. I don't know why. I really don't. I never looked it up. But some way you told me that. I think they were just trying to be like, yeah, those 2 are not coming back. They're like, they got arrested. I was like, really? What's the one guy's name? He was like, I don't remember. I was like, oh, I offended some people. One guy actually did, he accused me of being an accuser. And I was like, what does that even mean, dude? And I was actually on my period, and I kept saying, I'm on my period, guys. Can y'all like get the fuck out of my house? Like, I don't know why 5 guys just showed up to like help me with yard work and stuff. And they were like, we're going to, I actually made like a little list for them up there, and none of them did it. I was like, there's the man work, there's the great outdoors, there's security, and then there's the bitch work. And they all looked at the bitch work stuff first, because they're like, what are the bitches doing? And I was like, hi, you got to go to the store and buy me some cigarettes, suckers. And then they did. So I got rid of them for a little bit. I figured that one out like 18 months after the fact. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a great night. I'm going to do another video in a second that's totally normal, because I need to undo the disgustingness of my soul right now. And I'm not really that grossed out by it. That's why I made sure there was a PG rating, because mother-in-laws, no. My son, I'd probably be like, why do you think your pee smells different than mommy's pee, Landon? And he'd be like, I don't know, mommy. Let me ponder. And I'd be like, use that word. He's so smart. I'm so jacked up over this thing right now because I'm like, I figured out how to solve it and I'm just not strong enough to lift that bucket, but I might have to do it because I'm still like looking at it like it's going to bite me. Y'all have a great evening. Sleep well. Ding.